All right, thanks, Doug. Yeah, now joined by Nick Underhill of The Advocate here in Orlando, Florida, ahead of the NFL owners' meetings. Obviously, we're looking forward to being able to hopefully talk to Gayle Benson tomorrow. We'll get to that here in just a second. Let's talk first the state of the Saints. They're in the middle of free agency right now. They picked up some nice pieces, but I don't feel like they've really made that big splash. Do you believe they will, and do they need to?
I don't know if they will or if they need to. I think Demario Davis is a great signing for them. If you look at the issues that they had last year, their run defense was an undercover issue. They played from ahead a lot of games, so maybe it didn't stand out as much as it should, but they allowed 4.4 yards per carry, 13 runs of 20 or more yards. So if they were playing in closer games or if they got behind early, I think that would stand out and it'd look like this huge issue. But teams can't lie during free agency or the draft about what they're thinking, what they think their needs are. They got Davis, they're looking at Sue. So they're telling you that their run defense is an issue. I think they'd still like to get Sue, but will that happen? I don't know. That thing's been carrying on forever, but I don't think they're done. But, you know, the first wave of free agency is over. There are some things they need to do. Offensive weapons, another one. So I think we'll still see them splashing in the water. What will they make that huge splash? That remains to be seen.
And we saw with Sue today, the Jets, who were in the mix, they rescinded his offer. What does that mean for the Saints in their pursuit of Sue?
I think it's a good thing because the Jets have the most cap room of any team entering free agency. So they could have outbid the Rams, the Saints, the Titans. If it was just all about the money, there he goes. He's headed there. So I think these other teams are kind of all more closely gathered in their financial situation. So, you know, it comes down to what he thinks the best fit is as opposed to maybe who can throw the most money at him.
And it seems like the Saints this year, they've really put themselves in position where they said, look, we're not going to stretch ourselves thin financially by putting ourselves in a bind or handcuffing ourselves, you know, like they might have done in years past. Do you agree with that?
I do. I think last year, too, they took a more measured approach. You know, I think when teams make these huge splashes, just go all in, you know, you're kind of seeing it with the Rams. And now they got all these personalities, and how do they blend? You know, it's great to have all the talent. How do they blend? Are you regretting those contracts in 3 years? You know, does that stop you from re-signing your players? So I think the Saints are taking more of an approach where they're building through the draft, trusting their talent development, and I think that sets you up better for long-term success.
Okay, let's get to the owners' meeting tomorrow. That's obviously what we're here for. Look, we're hoping to talk to the new owner of the Saints, Gayle Benson. Obviously, she's had a long week. What question, though, are you most interested in being able to ask her tomorrow as far as it's concerned with the Saints or maybe even the Pelicans, too?
It's kind of a broad answer, but who do you plan to be as an owner? You know, we know how Tom Benson approached it. He kind of let the guys underneath him kind of handle their different things. He wasn't, you know, studying the CBA. He didn't know exactly probably how everything worked, but he empowered people to do that. I assume Gayle's going to do the same thing, but I'd just like to know what her vision is for the team and then just long term. You know, there's concerns about what's going to happen with the teams now that Tom's gone. I think, you know, there's probably really nothing to be worried about, but I'd like to hear her say it. So those are the two big things I'm looking for.
Always good to hear it from the horse's mouth. All right, joined by Nick Underhill of The Advocate here in Orlando, Florida. Thanks. Great stuff again. Doug, we'll send it back to you.